Now, one thing I do want to point out in this video, as you can see, self-defense laws, and this goes in along with the Soulja Boy video. And I want to shed actual light on this, because a lot of people have things misconstrued, and when you hear those that actually talk that sound like they know some shit that ain't making fucking sense, it's because they ain't been in the system, man. They have not been through anything. As you guys can tell by how I talk and how I get with my body language, and again, I've been in the system, in and out. I've done time before, so I know how it works. I've been known to literally defend myself in court and be my own lawyer and provide the stuff that I need to provide on my end to make it go easier on myself and to get things paid off with when they need to be paid as soon as possible. And I'm going to say some examples in this, and I really want people to listen and understand. Again, I'm 28. I've been through a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of things, and a lot of people who have been in actual through this, and you wonder why they're always alone, because a good majority of their friends came and went and got killed for some shit because they couldn't grow out of whatever lifestyle. So I'm going to break this down as much as I can possible. Now, when it comes to self-defense laws, here in the state of Tennessee, we don't have self-defense laws. In other words, if you choose to defend yourself, you will get locked up instead, and they will let the attacker go. I, myself, have been into that predicament on so many occasions. I can't tell you how many, but I have. And here's an example. 2 of them. My father, we don't have the best relationship. And when it came to money, my money that he was taking along with my mother, when I wanted to leave, he pulled his gun out on me because he known once I chose to left and have it reported that I moved out and no longer have the checks address sent to the house along with the bank account, they knew they weren't going to get no more money from me. Because they were really stealing, taking my money a lot. If you guys really want to know more about that situation, again, here up on my channel, the Cheddar Cherry 931 channel, look for the video, Trust and Muncie interview. It explains all that. Now, my father pulled out his gun and threatened to shoot me and said, if you don't get the fuck out my house, I'm going to kill you. That money ain't yours, that's our money. The shit's in my name. I got receipts to prove that this is my money being paid to me. In that situation, it's going to be you or the person that's going to attack you. It's going to be him or you. Now, we all were taught and raised to defend ourselves. I chose to defend myself. My life was in danger. But when the cops were called, just because I defended myself, I got arrested. They let my father go. And this has been known to happen on more than several occasions. One of my ex-best friends, he got into an altercation in front of a gas station. A guy said some racial slurs and threatened to kill my friend. My friend pulled out his knife, and the attacker attacked him with his weapon too. I'm an eyewitness. They even pulled the footage from the gas station. So, from my statements and even the gas station footage, it showed my friend defending himself. They showed the person attacking him first. So my friend defended himself. Well, they let the attacker go and arrested my friend instead. So here in the state of Tennessee, you cannot defend yourself. Now, I know down in the state of Georgia, just like in Florida, you have self-defense laws. You can defend yourself. We're finna get into some territory here. I'm finna say some things that's gonna piss people off, but you know what? It's because they have no educational knowledge. They haven't seen or lived through shit. Now, let's take Gucci Mane, for example. Gucci Mane got arrested for a murder charge. We know he went to go do time for that. We know people ran up in his crib, tried to kill him. He shot him. He confessed to it. He was guilty of it. He let it be known. He took his charges like a man. So, because he did that, they did arrest him. He went to do some time. We know that. Soulja Boy said, "Oh, I defended myself. They didn't arrest me." That's how Gucci beat his case. No, Gucci did time, man. He was in there for I don't know how long. And if Soulja Boy, if that was the case, they wouldn't let you go. You admitted it. You would have been in there with Gucci. So you never shot and killed no one. Gucci defending himself. We seen him do time for it. I do like Gucci. I like the new Gucci a bit better though. Some of his projects hit with me, some no. From there, we get the Bankroll Fresh situation. Now, there's a difference between being gang affiliated, gang related, and gang associated. I was gang associated. In other words, I associated myself with different gangs. That means I have the open space, free card, an independent card, if you will. If I ever chose to get down, I could pick one. And these were real cats, a bit older than me, if not older, that really knew real laws and real rules that today's generation seem to forget. And I want to give you guys some history before I get in what I'm about to get into. And a lot of people have shit misconceived about gangs fighting amongst other gangs. That's not true. I can't tell you how many times I've seen other gangs get along with other gangs, click up, chop it up, and have a good time together. Same thing like in prison or in jail. Now, in prison, you do hear about it, but how much of that is true? I mean, I've been in jail. Now, they say the same thing about jail, but in jail, it's not like that. Because I knew a lot of Crips. I affiliated myself with some Crips. I affiliated myself and knew some cats who were Rolling 60 and GD. We hung out together over in Max. We talked to each other. Nothing happens. We were cool. We got along. We looked out for one another. We helped each other. GDs and Rolling 60s both believe and follow in the Star of David that goes into religion. They were there to guide and help people, not necessarily kill and get into drugs. I remember a documentary, I think it was about the guy I think that started the Rolling 60s or GDs. His own people turned on him, his own crew. For two different reasons. One, he was gay, but he was about his shit. The second one, drugs came involved and money came in, so they threw him under the bus, and they said, fuck the rules. And they wanted to cut ties. But they are always fighting amongst each other. Just like Bloods and Crips are always fighting amongst each other, but not at each other. Does that make sense? So it's like you got two different blood cliques. You guys are supposed to be bloods. You guys are supposed to be family. Well, they don't look at it like that. They look at it like, oh, well, we don't like you. You just want what we got, which is trying to get the power. Well, trying to get money that equals power, so you can buy drugs to move some product and get rich and try to get fast quick with it. You know, so they fighting within each other. It's like I seen Crips fighting with Crips. You tell somebody today, what does Crip mean? I'm saying it's Crip, cuz. It's Crip. You don't know what Crip means? Do you even know where the Crips even first began? What first gang they were part of before the Crips were made, before the Bloods were made? The Bloods and the Crips originated from the Black Panthers. After they split up, after it was over with. Well, Crip means community progress and service. In other words, if you came over here trying to harm one of these family members or kids, we're gonna go into progress, even if it means having to kill you or stop a dirty cop and do it. All that changed again when drugs and money came into play around the late 70s and all through the 80s and 90s and even till now. Same thing with blood. Blood means family, means you stick together, means we defend and stand up for each other. You come over here and mess with one of us, you're going to have to mess with all of us. They also looked out for and protected the community. Well, again, all that didn't matter no more because you had drugs and money that came into play, right? So, with that part, we go with the Bankroll Fresh situation. People I know down in Huntsville who were Bloods in that area, because Bankroll Fresh, if I remember correctly, was a Blood, or at least Blood affiliated. I don't know. Never really knew about the guy. I only know from right now word of mouth from some people I know down there who are. He was in the studio. He didn't want to be bothered. He wanted to work and he was wanting to go home. He had his homies with him. Well, the guy who showed up was there to start some shit. He was jealous of Bankroll. Bankroll didn't attack the dude. One of Bankroll's homies attacked. Because this dude was on some fuck shit starting shit first. So when he pulled out his gun, rather than shooting the attacker, he shot Bankroll Fresh instead. Now, they never released the footage of this at all. Because when you go into a place of business, even with the studio, no matter where you want to have security cameras and have surveillance. You want no one breaking in or doing something, you know? He tried to kill Bankroll Fresh instead, not the attacker. That's called murder. He, quote unquote, got away with it because he said it was self-defense and Bankroll tried to attack him, which isn't true. On top of that, once looking into the footage, they seen that wasn't the case. They wanted to go and arrest him for murder. He gets away with it. He ran his mouth. He threw people underneath the bus. He ratted out. He fucking snitched. Sadly, within today's time, we let stuff like that go and pass and accept it now. Yeah, I seen it. Star been known to talk about this. Snitching is an okay thing now. And practically get away with it. And practically cool with the people that you gave up. They accept it. Don't make sense. Don't make sense whatsoever. So, again, a good percentage of these entertainers are actors. They're excellent liars. They want to portray an image that they're not. If you look at, again, the video that I did about, it's called 21 Savage and the Mingos Are the Feds and They Fake. I point out some things in there and show some good proof of evidence of that. Bone Thugs, they really about some shit. Because there was a certain time in an era, if you came out rapping about some shit, you had to do a background check first. If it showed that you weren't about this, you couldn't do it. You had to shut it down. But if it showed that you were good, you could keep doing it. Busy, yeah, he was tripping off. Yes, he pointed several guns in that video. The Mingos, 21 Savage, they're going to be looking at this. They got scared for their lives. Cops did get involved. Those guns that they show from 21 Savage and the Mingos, they fake. You can buy fake prop replica guns offline. Again, just look at the video. The same with the money. A lot of the money that a lot of entertainers show are fake. Truth is, they ain't getting paid like that. You know, I broke that down several times. Matter of fact, I think I broke that down in the Cheddar Terry live Instagram rebroadcast video on my Cheddar Terry 931 channel that you guys are watching this video on. Right? So again, with that being said, if that was the case, Soulja Boy would have been locked up. We know that. But in some cases, in some states, you're going to have self-defense laws, and you ain't. Here in the state of Tennessee, we don't have self-defense laws. If you defend yourself, you will get locked up. In the state of Georgia, you have self-defense laws. State of Florida, you have self-defense laws. But Florida is so covered by swampland and how things really were in Florida at one time, it doesn't surprise me that they have those self-defense laws in play. Because I guess that, like, if you lived in a regular neighborhood or kind of a little bit out in the countryside, or if you have a fenced-in yard and shit like that, I guess you can, shoot guns in your own yard. Like, you set up a target, you start shooting guns. Nobody can call the cops, and if a cop drives past your neighborhood and sees you doing that, they can't stop you. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I do know that you are able to carry around in public in the state of Florida. From what I hear about the state of New York, and I'm a New Yorker at heart, if anything, I know they got gun laws there that you really can't have or really carry a gun. Like, you can get a gun, but you can't carry it. That makes sense. So, they have the where you can't defend yourself. From what I know of up there when it comes to that. I even got some people who are from New York who talk about that. I don't know how it is in California. I don't know if they got I would imagine they have a self-defense law. I know Chicago does. Yeah, I know Chicago does. That's why a lot of people get away with murder up there. Most definitely. If you look at... Because Chicago's the original gangland, not California. Do your history and research on that part. But hopefully I managed to shed some light on this. And now you guys understand about the self-defense laws a bit more better. And how it works. And the matter of the truth is, really both parties do have to be arrested, do have to go in for booking and questioning and tell court to figure out who's going to do time and who's going to be set free. Sadly, nowadays, that's looked over. And I say that based on my experience again, because if you're a person that's defending yourself, it's going to be you that's going to get arrested and have to do time just defending yourself while the attacker, is set free. Because, again, here in the state of Tennessee, you cannot defend yourself. It is against the law, man. Which is stupid because, we all were brought up, if somebody's going to hurt you, you got to defend yourself. And I still believe in that. I still believe it's going to be you or them, no matter what. But, you do have things like that, and not much can be really done about it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully I did shed, again, some light. And again, I hope Soulja Boy gets himself straightened up, man, because it's not too late for him. Because what he's doing, it's destroying him, and it's going to end up killing him in some way. Now, this part that I do want to add to the end of this video, and this is just a statement, and I want people to really listen. Now, me, again, I was gang associated. It means I associated myself with different gangs. Doesn't mean I was affiliated. Doesn't mean I was down. Doesn't mean I joined. They affiliated gave me the open opportunity to get down with who I wanted to get down with. But I always chose to be an independent card. In other words, an independent card, you're pretty much straight. You have that open opportunity, again, to join whoever. If it was, now a good majority of people that I did associate myself a lot with was Crips. Now, when it came time for me and the decision from me, my decision to want out of the streets, to leave that life behind, because I grew from that life. I grew from it, and a lot of people can. And once you say, look, I'm done, I'm out, and because you earned the respect and the stripes for that, and the blessings that come from that, you can go willingly. There's not going to be any repercussions. There ain't going to be none of that kill you shit. Because the truth is, that's bullshit. Again, that whole new thing started because of drugs and when money came into play. But when you did want to lead that street life or gang life, they're going to go based by your respect, your stripes from the work that you put in. And you get the blessings that's needed, because you're going to want to do something else with your life. You're going to want a family. Now, those that don't respect it, they get checked the hardest, which means an older OG has to step up who really knows this stuff and let them know, and they're going to deal with the repercussions, not you. So when I made that choice, and I'm glad I did, because I was able to really grow from that life. And it's not a life really that no one wants. I really don't want it for anybody, because in the end, what you receive is heartbreak and long, lonely nights by yourself, because a good majority of it, your so-called friends and homies, they don't really give a fuck about you. And that's just how it is. So hopefully you guys can, again, take a lesson